Welcome back, everyone. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to a new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon lined up from the 70s, and it's from Dave. Thank you so much, Dave, for sponsoring this video. I do appreciate it very, very much. For everyone who's new to the channel, if you like what you see, what you hear, like the video, check us out on Patreon. We do have a pretty much, it's getting bigger. We have now 32 full albums on there that, very hard to do on YouTube. Most of the stuff if you do, an album with one artist on it, it likely gets blocked. That's just the way it is, especially, with certain, record companies. So check us out on Patreon. We usually do albums that, are not really possible to make. Some of them are, but just letting you know. So today, Dave chose a couple of songs here, and I do know one song pretty well, but only a version, which I might even show you guys. At least I'm gonna leave the name because I don't want to make it too long. But it's the Blue Oyster Cult. That's the band, and we're gonna do Godzilla. That's the last song of the marathon. But I'll let you know the story that I know. I've heard the song many times, but I've never heard the original. So I'm super excited about hearing the original for the first time. But we're gonna start it off today with the Stooges. We're gonna do from the album Funhouse. We're gonna do the song Dirt. This is from 1970. Then the band Babe Ruth. That's kind of funny that I didn't know there was a band called Babe Ruth, like the baseball player. First Base, 1972, and this is called Wells Fargo. Okay, I used to work there. Wells Fargo, nice. Patti Smith is next with Horses. Let's see, 1975, and this is called Gloria in Excelsis Dio. And then we're gonna do Blue Oyster Cult Godzilla, and this is from Spectres, 1977. So we're slowly progressing through the 70s. Did I say the year? Yeah, Babe Ruth. That's it. So sit tight, get yourself a drink, some coffee. I got mine right here, my special espresso. And yeah, make yourself comfortable. I'll be right back with the music. All right, and here we are, and let's go with the Stooges. I've heard the name, but I've never heard the band. So here we go with Dirt. This is a longer one, 7 minutes, so enjoy. Here we go. does have a little bit of a vibe, the Doors, and it's so funny that I decided to wear the shirt. I put it on a lot, for the channel, but it has that, improv that the Doors have that I love about them. Some tunes of them have like literally like not a lot of direction. They're just like a jam. Let's just go over this, chord progression and let's see what comes out. Now, he doesn't sound like Jim Morrison. Maybe a little bit the attitude, but I think the voice reminds me more of like Mick Jagger. For some reason, I might be wrong, but there's not a lot of sources that I could pull from that sound like this. It sounds very unique to me, but I love that boom, 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 the bass and the organ, whatever they're playing. That is basically what reminded me of the Doors at first, but really cool. There's not a lot of, it's more music, more soloing going on. Really cool. Not a lot of lyrics so far, but it's a long song. So let's see, maybe we get a drum solo. I do see a lot of in this like 70s music that have like all kinds of stuff like drum solos, bass solos, and but it's rock, so because there's not a lot of structure, it's more like improv, it's more like stoner rock, which is really cool. So here we go. Okay, this is really exciting because I had to look it up. I was like, okay, what am I listening to? So it does say, it says proto punk and then also punk rock, shock rock, hard rock, and then I don't know, I don't really know what let's see. But the coolest thing is that this is Iggy Pop on the vocals, and I've always heard of Iggy Pop. He's in a lot of documentaries, and he's just like this persona that you see on pictures, and you're like, who the hell is that? And he always reminded me a little bit of like an older version of the guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because he's always shirtless most of the time, and he's pretty jacked. And not jacked, he's just toned. Let's say toned, not jacked. Jacked is like Arnold or Van Damme or whatever. But yeah, he's like the guy that is a shirtless, toned upper body, blonde hair. So I'm looking at him. He's now 76, but back in the day, so this was Iggy Pop. So that's cool. So I don't know, Iggy Pop and Mick Jagger, I guess they have a little bit in common. Well, he's from the States, and then of course Mick Jagger is from Britain. But like the whole stage persona, the sex symbol and all that stuff, I think, and just the way he was singing reminded me of Jagger a little bit, like this. But yeah, it was really interesting. It's not maybe my favorite music. I did like the guitar. It was a little bit repetitive, but hey, that's all cool. I mean, for such a long song, but there was some nice licks there. There was some nice drumming, some nice, the bass was very dominant. I really enjoyed it, So, but yeah, I'm really glad that I finally got to listen to some Iggy Pop, and I mean, in his band. I didn't know that the Stooges was Iggy Pop, so now I know. All right, so now I put one and one together. Okay, so next band, but yeah, overall I did enjoy it. I don't think I didn't like it. So this was so the Stooges. Now Babe Ruth, the song Wells Fargo. Now that's gonna be interesting. And this is also from the 70s. This is 2 years later, 72. And let's see what they gotta say. Here we go with the Babe Ruth Band. Man, this was good. I didn't even pause. I totally forgot because I got into reading, about the album, and then I was like, okay, what it is about, and then I was like, this guitar player is really good. Who is this? And I just like the whole da da dum da da dum da da dum dum ba da da dum da da dum, like that just kept it. Even though it was repetitive, it kept it fresh. That sax, the solos, the guitar player was like for 1972 amazing, really cool arpeggios there. And the voice, I really loved the voice, and I got a little bit confused there on the Wikipedia page because it did say about Jessie, but she just sings on one song, The Mexican. But Wells Fargo was a guy called Alan, but I loved his voice because it reminded me a little bit of Rob Halford, Judas Priest, a little bit more high pitched, and it did say hard rock, but also progressive rock. So it did have a little bit of progressive elements because, in this hard, like, rock riffing song, to add a sax, it's just, I like it, it's really cool. And maybe not such in a jazzy way at all. It's more like in a rock, rock sax way. It was a really good song. It was just really catchy. The album went gold in Canada, and surprisingly they're also from England, because even I was like, well, they must be American, Babe Ruth, and but no. So I was like, that's kind of cool that baseball even influenced people, in Britain and such, because I don't think they watch that too much. Well, as far as I know, I don't know a lot. But for example, in Germany, you don't watch baseball; you watch soccer. Or in Mexico, you watch soccer. So I've lived only like in soccer countries, So I don't know. I know about, of course, baseball. I was in a American school, and we used to play baseball almost every time there was, physical education, which was, I think, every day. So yeah, but sometimes, in recess and stuff, we would play baseball. American football, I do know all the rules, of those sports. The only one that I don't know the rules of, I guess they're pretty simple, because it's just, it's just, but it's hockey. I don't know about hockey. I do know about formations, like American football formations, all that stuff. But hockey is like, yes, it's a goal. There's a puck into the goal, but I don't know the formations and the rules, and if there's, something like offside, or, like in soccer, or what is considered a foul, what is considered a foul in American football. It doesn't really work that way, because you have to basically, well, your mission is to get that person to the ground, and you can't do that in soccer or baseball. You have to, like, the 1, 2, the 3 strikes and stuff like that. Well, now I'm talking about sports, but we're talking about Babe Ruth. What's another sport? Basketball, which is very American as well. It's also very well informed about that. But okay, let's continue with Patti Smith, Gloria. I'm sure it's not the Gloria. Like, I'm sure that's not it. Because if it is, then of course I would know it, but I don't think so. This is called In Excelsis Deo, some Latin here. So let's go with this. So this is 75. Here we go.
Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine. Milton, pot of thieves, wild cord of my sleeve, thick heart of stone. My sins my own, they belong to me. People say beware, but I don't care. Should I look out the window, see a sweet young thing? Hopping on the parking meter, leaning on the parking meter. Oh, she looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. And I got this crazy feeling, and then I'm gonna make her mine. Put my spell on her. Here she comes, walking down the
So it does have the, for some reason, the chord progression is dum 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 Gloria, but it's a different song. I don't know. Then I looked up Doors Gloria, and they wrote it. I guess. I'm sorry if I didn't. If they didn't, but let's see. Gloria. Oh wait, Van Morrison is a rock song written by Northern Irish singer-songwriter Van Morrison. Patti Smith recorded it for her album Horses. That's the one. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so I've never heard this. I've heard the original. No, I've not heard the original. I've heard only the Doors version of Gloria. So that's kind of cool because I was like, I've played this song. I've played this song because it's just two chords. So, and it's like, but she's not singing the chorus, but she's singing some other stuff. But I was like, this sounds too much like Gloria, the one that I know from the Doors. Okay, let's continue.
Here she comes, coming through my door. Here she comes, crawling up my stair. Here she comes, waltzing through the hall in a period dress. Oh, she looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. And I got this crazy feeling, and I'm gonna make my mind. And I hear this knocking on my door. Hear this knocking on my door. And I look up at the big tower clock and say, oh my God, it's midnight. And my baby is walking through the door, laying on my couch. She whispers to me, and I take the big plunge. And oh, she was so good. Oh, she was so fine. And I'm gonna tell the world. And then I made up mind. I said, darling, tell me your name. She told me her name. She whispered to me. She told me her name. And her name is. And her name is. And her name is. And her name is. J. L. O. I. G. L. O. I. Gloria. G. L. O. I. Gloria. G. L. O. I.
I was like, it's never gonna come. She's never gonna say the goddamn word. She's never gonna say the goddamn name. But she did. So really cool. The build up to Gloria. Like, wow, really cool. That's everything is connected in a way. So cool.
was at the stadium. 20,000 girls called my name out to me. Marie, Ruth, but to tell you the truth, I didn't hear them, I didn't see. I let my eyes rise to the big tower clock, and I heard those bells chiming in my heart, going ding dong, 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 all the time. When you came in my room, when you whispered to me, we took the big blood.
Very cool, man. Gloria. I love it. So this was also punk, punk rock, art punk. Wow, there's so many different proto punk. Here we go, just like the Stooges, art rock, and well, and they're basically the same age as Iggy Pop, Patti Smith. Really cool. I really like this version because the other version, the Doors version, is pretty much. I don't really know the lyrics, you know. I can't say what he sings before, but I just remember that it was like Gloria, and I think we would play like a song, and that had two chords, and we would just switch to Gloria, you know. But we wouldn't do the whole like lyrics of that song, just the chorus. So I think that was a thing back then when we were playing this. So okay, so I'm super excited. Blue Oyster Cult. We've done some reactions to Blue Oyster Cult, but I've never, and I have this song here pulled up. The one that I've heard. I'm gonna play to you guys now. Fair warning, this one, I don't want to compare it to the original. This is not a competition. I'm sure the original is better. The other one is just a cover, a little bit heavier because Racer X is a metal band. Not saying that Blue Oyster Cult is not a metal band. I'm sure they are, because I've heard you guys talk about them, that they are metal, you know, like metal beginnings, you know. And so I'm gonna play it. So, but I just wanted to give you guys, like, this is the end of Dave's marathon. This was not Dave's decision to add, because sometimes I kind of like add something and it kind of like totally messes with the balance of the marathon. So if you don't want to listen to it, just, you know, turn off the video after the Blue Oyster Cult song. Now I do recommend you staying and just listening to it, because it doesn't hurt. It's a great version. It's Racer X. It has Paul Gilbert, who's an amazing guitar player. He played with what's the band? Oh man, they're so famous. They play. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember it right now. Doesn't really matter. It'll come to my mind, but they're super famous from the 80s. Now, Racer X came out around the 80s as well, but this one is from 2001. But well, let's first listen to Blue Oyster Cult, Godzilla, and now this is gonna be, from me, like the shock of listening to it, the original finally, instead of just the Racer X version. So here we go. It's literally identical. The other one is just, I think, a little bit faster, but it's the same song. It's not even shocking because the Racer X played it so close to the original. I think they do respect, the inventors of the song and the writers. It's the same song, so it would be almost a missed opportunity to play you the Racer X version because it's literally the same. It's like nothing is different. The only thing that was different was the Japanese, like, the Godzilla movies back in the day. I love the whole Japanese island and the atom bomb and how they're like freaking out that this monster's coming out. But even the Godzilla, that also happens. So let's just do this. I'll play you a Racer X song from the same album. It's called Superheroes, and there's a song called King of Monsters, which is obviously a tribute to Godzilla. But also there's so much good stuff on this album. Let me just finish this one, and then I'll check out what I think you would like, and then we'll play. But this is a great version. This is the definite version. I have to say this is the better version. If you guys want to check it out, Godzilla by Racer X. You'll have some fun. It's literally the same with a little bit, I guess the guitar's a little bit more, shreddy because it's Paul Gilbert. But that's it. That's the difference. So let's continue. Yeah. Great version. I love it. I love the song, and it does bring me back, because I was listening to like Racer X around 2005, so that's when I first heard it. So it brings me back a bunch of years, It's like, wow, really cool. So but yeah, definitely this version is better because it's the original, and it's like the other one is literally the same. Like, it would be just a waste of time to show you the Racer X version. So I'm gonna choose a song by Racer X since they covered Godzilla, and this album is called Superheroes. So there's like Superheroes, Godzilla, King of Monsters, Viking Kong, which is a tribute to King Kong, which is an instrumental. That would be kind of fun to play. It's a lot of shredding on there, really cool guitar stuff. But let me just, take a second to look at the songs, and then I'll play them to you. So I'll be right back, okay? All right, so I scratched the whole idea, I'm because I just know that most of the listeners on the channel, they don't listen to heavy metal, and then I don't want to impose it on you guys. I don't want to force it on you guys. So we're gonna just do I'm just gonna do another the Stooges song. That way I discover more, because it's just, I could show you some amazing guitar playing right now, but I just know what's gonna happen. It's just like I'm not gonna get watched. So I'm just gonna do I Wanna Be Your Dog by the Stooges. That song has like an amazing amount of views. This is from 1969. Maybe this is, it's gonna be more fun for you guys, which I totally understand, So let's do that. And let's finish it off with this. For Dave, thank you again, guys, so much for being here. And if this takes you back, have some fun. This has 90 million views on Spotify, so maybe the title, maybe it's gonna get more views because of that. I'm not after views. I really honestly would rather show you guys something new, but I've done it so many times. I've made hundreds of videos where I show, you know, my music and even music video that we did yesterday, Alexia and I, which is literally Tower of Power, but now it's just like unknown and it's not getting watched because nobody knows the name. So it's just, you know, I just know that people are not gonna watch it the rest of the marathon. So I'd rather play something, you know, that you guys know. So here we go with I Wanna Be Your Dog. It's 1969, and this is from their debut album. Wow, they look young, crazy. There we go. Heavy. Reminds me a lot of like the Velvet Underground. Like, I don't know the singing, but like I said, it does remind me a little bit of Morrison, but with a touch of, you know, so weird with, you know, Mick Jagger. I don't know why, but this one reminds me more of like the Velvet Underground, you know, which what was his name? Lou Reed. Yeah, it reminds me of Lou Reed here. And but it's really heavy. 1969, like almost like Zeppelin heavy in that time, you know, for the first album.
Now I'm ready to close my eyes. But now I'm ready to close my mind. And now I'm ready to feel your hand. To lose my heart on the burning sand.
Very cool. Like it's more like a jam song. I feel that the Stooges, you know, it's like an acquired taste, like everything. It took me so long to get used to certain bands. Like it took me time to get used to Iron Maiden because I was so used to Metallica, to that da, 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 you know, that kind of singing. And then there comes Iron Maiden with the operatic, you know, elongating the words. And then first I heard the first singer of Iron Maiden, and then I was like comfortable with him. And then Bruce Dickinson comes in and I was like, oh my God, this guy's way too over the top. But now I can't listen to anything different. Iron Maiden, I mean, there's some, I love the first vocalist, like Paul Diano, but if there's ever like a cover by Iron Maiden, I can't, because it's like I miss Bruce on the voice. And then they did have a third singer, Blaze Bailey, and I never got into him. But he's a great guy. He's a great singer, and he's super cool. But it's just, you know, that sound. And the same happened with other bands, like, I don't know. But I don't even know why I was talking about the singing. Oh, the acquired taste. It's just, it takes some time to get used to any kind of music. And I think this is no different with the Stooges. It's punk. I've never been into punk that much, but I do dig it. It's really, really cool. And I hope you did enjoy. And I also saw that he's like literally the godfather of punk, which is kind of cool. So it was nice to discover something different. So guys, let me know what you think. Did you like the marathon? Please thank, of course, Dave, you know, the sponsor of the marathon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.